Hi my babies, welcome back to my channel. First off, I would like to say thank you to my viewers for having the patience with me. As many of you know, my animal did pass away and it took a little bit on my mental health, so we haven't been posting. Kind of hate that for me, but we're back for you, right? On today's video, we're going to be talking about how to heal the inner child. Now, I feel like I've made videos where I've hinted at this and maybe haven't gone as full and in depth, but healing the inner child is nothing linear at all. At all. So it takes time, it takes patience, it takes honoring yourself, being transparent with yourself in the fullest, and creating an environment where you can not only recognize your inner child, but take care of him or her at all times. And many of us, almost everybody, has gone through something within their childhood that has made them feel unsafe, or that has made them react in a way that's not exactly within alignment towards where they're at. Case in point, I can talk about me, right? Sometimes when I feel like I've been rejected, or I might feel guilty about something, whether, something was my fault or not, I have a tendency to want to then self-sabotage, or I can let ego get into play and think, well, this isn't going to work anyway, so F them, right? Without realizing that maybe something that's going on is just deeper within me, right? Way deeper within me. And I think that we should be mindful of the thoughts that come into our mind when we're highly emotional states, as well as just know if you're here, then that takes a big step, because it means that you're trying. That's very big. It means you're trying. It means that you're looking to do what will help heal not only you, but your bloodline, and help you to move forward within your day-to-day life. At the end of the day, sometimes the body can keep score. And when you're a child, that's where most of your earliest memories are taught. You're taught how to deal with emotions, how to deal with people, relationships, friendships, family dynamics, all through observance and all through how you were treated. And most of the times our parents or guardians, they didn't get it right. It is what it is. Many of us could have wished that we were raised differently, and wished that we had a healthy two-parent household dynamic that probably didn't include any type of violence and things of that nature, but that's not always the case. And sometimes part of just being here and being a soul is really being able to acknowledge that I know that this journey is not easy, but I also know that I've got this. I can unpack this. I'm brave, I'm strong, I am courageous, and nothing is too big for me, right? Even things that make you want to turn away, you cope and you do whatever you have to do for as long as however you have to do it. But it takes a lot of courage. You got to put one foot in front of the other and just try. There are plenty of steps that I could give you, but I think the number one step that it is when it comes to it is just acknowledging that maybe your inner child hasn't felt safe, and you should take time to acknowledge him or her. Like, I'm serious, like really speak to them. Like, for me, it'd be, hey, little diamond, so that's my name. I'm not feeling so well today, and or it could be something along the lines of, hey, alpha, or mini alpha rather, because mad small. Hey, mini alpha, I know that we're angry with our friend today, but is it really our friend's fault, or are you just feeling triggered because this is reminding you of an avoidant parent? Because sometimes that's all it is. Sometimes that's really all it is. Like, I don't always want that to be the case. You know, I don't think any of us do, but sometimes that's really all that it is, and then it can cause a lot of friction within self and make us react and respond in ways that just aren't like us. Many times I can also see very codependent young adults because they never received the safety net that they needed in a child, and so they end up looking for that safety within relationships or anybody that they feel as though would care. And that doesn't always mean that that person cares, but that's just how it can feel, and it can end up giving you a very false idea and narrative of what love and support can truly look like. You should most definitely take time to meditate with your inner child. I do plan on uploading some meditations a little later within the month, maybe some guided ones, and maybe one would be including speaking to the inner child, because we have no idea just how much pain that our inner child is holding. The same way how you have a present self, you have a higher self, you have a little self too. You know, you might have grown up, but every day I find the joy in my little self, or at least I try to. And when I'm lacking, it shows. Like when I don't decide to be creative the way how my little self tells me, or I decide to listen to people who tried to attack my little self and tell her she couldn't do what she wanted to do in this likelihood, or you hear things like, oh, you can't sing, but if singing brings me joy, if that's my passion, no one gets to tell me I can't do that. I'm not hurting nobody. That brings me passion. That's something that allows me to express myself and give my inner child a voice. A big thing that I would say that would help heal your inner child is connect back with hobbies that made you feel young. And if at the moment you can't think of any hobbies, which is very common, then that means that you're not sitting with yourself enough. And this is not an attack. It just really means, because that was me as well. I think I remember within the previous relationship that I was with, I didn't develop or focus on hobbies. It was always work, school, sleep, repeat, work, school, sleep, and repeat, because I was very much so living in survival mode. And I didn't think there was any time for joy or for creativity or for healing or anything like that. But I was starting to see how much pain that I had just been caused all the way up until 12. Shit, even after 12, that has just, I knew it was time for me to start unpacking that shit, because otherwise I would just grow up into being this woman that has never attempted to really look at the things that she's gone through and said, hey, this is why this has affected me to this day, which is something that we all need to do. It's part of just becoming an adult, because at some point you're gonna get tired. You're gonna get tired of feeling like the pain that you've known in the past is attempting to repeat itself. You're gonna get tired of feeling like you're working hard with no avail, dead ends. You're gonna get tired of not truly understanding yourself and yourself at the deepest core. Not who you are when you're good, not who you are when you've had your iced coffee, who you are when you're sad, you're mad, you're triggered, you're angry, you're disrespected, you feel betrayed, you get a terrible flashback. Who are you? Because the good stuff matters, but the harsh stuff matters even more. So yes, just reiterating, like I said, inner child healing, meditations, that's key. Connecting back with your hobbies, that's like, it's a given. It's a given. Speaking to yourself every day like you are that younger child. And eventually, the more that you do that, the more you will grow into being the being that would protect that little child at any cost. And it will show in your day-to-day actions. You do whatever you gotta do to make little you proud. I hope this helps. Thank you. Bye for now.